Hey guys, how you doing? It's Andy Elliott. Check this out. I'm going to talk about something today, and I'm not being negative. I'm not literally talking about something that is to bring you down. I'm just being real for a second, okay? And there's been a lot of talk on it, and I watch a lot of the marketing news and stuff like that, especially when it has to do with money, because I believe that anytime that we go to work, we trade our time for money. There is a 2020 recession, and you remember I said this, I'll bet happens mid-year to late year. I want you to think about this, right? I'm going to tell you a couple things here. Number one, I'm going to tell you some defense strategies to prepare for it. And number two, I'm going to give you some offense strategies to prepare for it. And let me give you a couple reasons why I'm saying this. And I want you to think about it, and you can double check this yourself. So if I say this, that we're headed for a recession eventually, I don't mean like, okay, and right now it's November, December, okay? You start 2020. I think it'll happen mid-2020. You'll see the economy start to cut down. And I'm going to tell you this. I think that when it does, I think it'll hit hard. And I think there's some people that are going to benefit from it huge, that are going to kill it. And I think there's going to be some people that are really screwed if they don't get some things together. I'm going to talk about what those things are. Let me give you a couple tips that you can know about that are happening right now. Okay, so basically the Fed's cut rates last week. The Fed's cut rates last week. And we're supposed to be doing well. So why would the Feds cut rates if we're doing well? I want you to think about some things. And the economy supposedly is doing well. But I guarantee for them to cut rates, something's going on. Now I want you to think about some other things here, right? There's been multiple inverted treasury yield curves. If you guys have money in savings, if you're investing money, I'm telling you, these are some things that you'll keep up with because you want to know where your money's going. Your goal is to work hard for your money, but have your money work 2 or 3 times harder than you worked for your money. Well, I'm going to tell you, when these curves are happening, and I'll just share with you, that right there means that there's normally something ahead that we don't see, all right? There has been, and here's another deal, employment levels are at an all-time low in 10 years. Just Google it. Go to Google. Type in employment levels right now. In 10 years, they're at an all-time low. And I'm going to tell you probably the last thing, why would we have massive layoffs right now? Massive layoffs at Ford, Verizon, GM, and Citigroup, etc. They just keep going on. But, obviously I'm in the automobile industry, so I think about like Ford, GM, I think about Verizon strong, energy, Citigroup strong. Why would they have not layoffs, massive layoffs? Well, I'm going to tell you, somebody knows something. And I always say this, like you don't know what you don't know, right? Somebody knows something that we don't know. So here's what I'll tell you. If you want to get prepared for it, I would tell you, I'm going to give you some offense strategies. I'm going to give you some defense strategies. And I'm going to tell you honestly what I think and the way that I'm going to protect my family and the way that I honestly would take, and don't wait for it to happen, but look at yourself and say, hey man, you know what? I'm going to man up. I'm going to take responsibility for myself and my family, and I'm going to prepare myself. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to tell you what I would do, especially if you're in the sales field, okay? So I'm going to take, and I'm going to erase this right now, and I'm going to write a couple things down. I want you to think about this, okay? So preparing, and then for defense. So one of the biggest deals that I would tell you that I would probably do right now is that if I was selling cars, if I was in the sales game, especially selling cars in this car industry, I would focus on one word: skill. I'd focus on skill. Why? Because 90% of the people in our business have no skill. Okay? Most salesmen know 1 close, managers 2. I want to ask you this right now. If I handed you a piece of paper, right? And I hand you this piece of paper and I said, write 50 plus word tracks down. Write them down for me. Things that advance the sell forward. Can you write me 50? And matter of fact, I challenge you on the other side to do it. And this is just an example for you to test yourself. I believe that every individual should test themselves to know where they stand. Guys, do you know how I can make more money? It's real simple. I scale where I'm at. But if I don't scale where I'm at, how do I know where my holes are or what I'm good at? You always have to be scaling yourself. So my deal is that if I talk about no skill, you want to be that 10% that does. I'm not even talking about the 1%er over here, okay? I'm talking about 10% that have average skill that can make $250, $350 a year in the car business. Not the other 90% over here that's making 60,000. And guys, can I say something? Look, let me just start over for a second. Because this right here, this is starting to, and when I say like pisses me off, this is starting to piss me off. This is a lot of, now I want you to see if you can identify with this. You make $75,000 a year. Okay? You came from nothing. You worked your way up. Maybe I'll say 75 to 95,000. Okay? You make a good living, right? To others, you're successful. And they're proud of you. But you work 65 to 80 hours, 85 hours a week away from your family. Okay? You have decided to give up your kids, even though you say you're not, but you've decided to give up your kids, okay? You pretend to be happy, but you're not. I know you're not, right? I see it. And literally when I say this, you go home at the end of the day, you know what you don't have? You have no energy, zero. I run into you guys all the time. And because you came from nothing, and because everybody else thinks that you're successful and that you've made it, and that you're doing a good job, guess what? You've taken your family, you've put them on the back burner. You'll do whatever your boss says, but you won't do anything your husband or wife says. Your kids, when you get home, they're like, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, but you're so busy on your phone, you don't hang out with them, and you don't spend any time with them. You think you do, but you don't because your mind is still at work and ate up. You're not rested. You drink, watch this. Do you drink 5+ cups of coffee a day? If the answer is yes, this is you. You are not truly living the fulfilled life. Do you know why? Because you're doing what a lot of people have done forever and what I did. And when I talk about 2020 recession, I'm talking about like you want to live your best life now and get ready for that? Here's the deal. Hard work, it's important. But everything in life has to have boundaries. It has to. You know what? If you're going to put 50 hours on the family life, right? Like that, hey, that's the amount of time I'm going to work. Do me a favor. You can do that. But you have to 10x your skill. You have to 10x your skill. Okay? If your skill doesn't increase, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to live and you're at the end of your life. Listen, go visit a nursing home. Walk into a nursing home, okay? Because I've done it. And I'll do it again. I have no problem. Walk into a nursing home and go in there and talk to the older people. And they will tell you that, look, at the end of their life, they're talking about what they regretted. They're not telling you stories about all the things that they don't regret that they loved. Everybody talks about one word: regret. So, if I'm talking about regret, sure, give up your kids' time. Have no energy for them. Give up your happiness. Give up your energy. Give up your family. Everyone else says, man, but you've made it. You're successful. Why would you do that? Dude, they're not you. Inside, you know what you're going through. Now listen, if you're on the other end and you're like, Andy, I don't make that kind of money. And honestly, like I don't have a family. I'm not talking to you for a second. I'm going to show you how to be recession proof. But I want to tell you that for some of you out there that have been grinding it out for a long time and you're exhausted and you're beat, and you put your family on the back burner and you don't have special time and energy for your family, guys, elevate up, contact me, okay? Dude, I'm just going to tell you without even selling you, come to a freaking seminar. Let me teach you how to close, negotiate, overcome objections, 50 word tracks, how to become a GM within 2 years so you can set your own schedule, or be the best damn salesman in the world so you can design your own schedule and design your own life. I mean, guys, I made $500,000 a year selling cars like that. How does it happen? I'm going to tell you how it happens. It happens because I 10x my skill. I didn't have to work my life away. You have the same choice that I had, okay? And I want to share this with you, okay? This is the easiest way it goes. No risk. It's real simple. You are going to regret. That's it. You're never going to get anything good in life if you don't put some risk out there. If you're broke and right now you don't have any money, can I ask you this? If you don't do anything and you don't get any better, not working more hours and time and experience, but you don't learn more skill, can you get out of the hole being broke? No, you can't. What are you doing? You're running around on the lot out there trying to, sell some more cars? Get lucky? You're hoping to get lucky. You're not any more skilled, so you know you can't close any better, so you can't close more people. So you have to go get more people, work twice the hours, hope to get twice as lucky? I mean, just reason with yourself for a second. And if you're talking to other people and they don't advise you to go get skill, guess what? Ask them a question. Say, hey, can I see your year to date, please? Remember what I said? Never take advice from somebody that's dishing out advice that they didn't do for themselves. I never give you advice, guys, that I haven't already done myself. Because if it doesn't work, I'm not wasting your time. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll help you any way I can. But guess what? I'm going to tell you this. Just like it takes time to make this video, I respect your time for watching it, okay? It's a two-way street between us, and I got you. Anytime I find a market niche, curve, anything that I can do, I always try to bring it to the table so you guys can gather this, okay? So no risk, no regret. If you're broke right now and the seminar costs, and I'm going to keep moving here, but it costs $9.97, I'm going to tell you this. Take the sell of your life and go find $9.97. Change your life. I mean, if you went and found $9.97 and you made an extra, I said extra. Take your income now, add an extra 100K to it. I'll guarantee that'll happen immediately. But I'm going to tell you this. You have to have hard work with it. But you're probably already working hard on the other end, but you're working hard with no skill. Working hard with no skill is nothing. That's going to stress you out. That sounds like a miserable experience. Especially, it can't be sustained long term. You may work your ass off right now really hard, but how long can you work that hard? How long? How long can you really sustain that? You can't. You'll eventually break down. So, I already answered some of the stuff that I would tell you. How do you become recession proof? It's real simple. Okay? Number one, focus on your skill immediately. Okay? Think about this. And I want you to take yourself and put yourself in alignment with me. And let's just do what is the offense approach and what's the defense approach? This is it. If you were in front of me and I was a manager and I was going to hire somebody that would make $500,000, okay? And you're like, man, dude, I want to go apply for this job. Think about it. This is you. You got a chance to make $500,000. And I said, all right. So what I'm looking for is somebody that can overcome objections extremely well, okay? Somebody that's extremely good at negotiating and knows how to talk about money very, very well. All right? I need also somebody that's a closer. Not just a closer that can close my deals, but that's a master closer that can close them for all the money. And I need someone to help me advance the sell forward every single time so that we don't miss any business. And somebody that I can trust to have massive word tracks to not only use for themselves, but also to basically be a student of working for us, but also to be a teacher and teach the other employees all the beautiful skill that they know. I want them to be deadly on the phone. So whenever that they're talking on the phone, they're closing down people because I have an internet department that's losing deals left and right, and I need someone to also be a strong closer on the phone and teach my people on the phone. I want to ask you this question. Can you do all that? Just can you do all that? If the answer is yes, you're probably already making that kind of money. If the answer is no, then here's what I'll tell you. Take action. It's real simple. Take action. See this number right here? 918-210-0254? Send me a text. Just say, hey, I want to get as good as the guy that you're talking about that can make that $500,000 job. That's it. That's all I want. Guys, I've made $1 million in a year since I was 32 years old. I'm 40 years old. You want to make that kind of money? I want you to make that kind of money. Am I anything special? And I don't say it out of arrogance or cockiness. I say it out of confidence because it's so many of you on the other end. You're literally sitting there and you've been watching the videos and you're like, man, dude, I'm getting some good content out of there. Maybe I've closed a couple extra car deals because of it. But let me ask you, from 1 to 10, are you an 11? If you're not, come join me. Guys, think about it. Are you kidding me? Getting out of your dealership for 2 days, letting me wrap my arms around you in our conference room, teaching you every single skill from A to Z, how to kill it. When you go back into your store, dude, you're not even going to think the same. You're not even going to be the same. Your mindset will never be the same again. Your financial mindset, money is like a Nintendo game. It's so easy to make. You don't have to stress out about it anymore. It's just a belief. You can end up making $300,000-$400,000 a year, even if you're making $40,000 right now. If you're broke and you don't have the money, go borrow the money. Guys, I make payments. I'll finance it for you. $997, I'll finance it for you. I don't care. Now what? Any excuses now? What, it's the holidays? Listen, I'm going to tell you this, all right? There'll always be it's the holidays. Oh, it's on a Saturday. We can't take off on Saturdays. What the hell are you talking about? Are you kidding me? And you may see sometimes where I'm like, listen, forget about me for a minute. I know what I can teach you, but if you know someone else and they had everything that you could learn, right, to literally crush at your business on a Saturday, and your dealership's like, oh, we can't take off on Saturdays. I'm sorry, that seminar ain't happening on Tuesday. It don't happen. You've got to take yourself out from where you're at, get in your car, get in an airplane, and get there. Spend the night away from home. You come as a student, you go back as the teacher. And guess what? You elevate your life. You elevate your income. You become the man and the woman, right? Whoever you are, that you don't have to work those 80 hours a week. You don't give up your family anymore. You don't give up your kids anymore. You don't give up your time anymore. Dude, I call this the golden handcuff syndrome. Does anybody know what the golden handcuff syndrome is? It's this. So what we do is, it's pretty easy. Let me explain. Car dealership. Car dealerships, they put the golden handcuffs on you. You know what that means? That means they're beautiful gold handcuffs. And you know what they're laced with? Money. And you know what you give in exchange for them? Your family. Stop it. Stop doing it. And I'm going to tell you this. You know why you give up your family for those golden handcuffs? Because you don't think there's another way to do it. So you're stuck. You can't make a move. You're not stuck. It's real freaking easy. You get skilled. You take the handcuffs off. You take your family back. I would tell you that right there sums up how to be recession proof. Have a skill that no one else can touch. Know how to market, remarket, understand the internet better than all of your competition. And decide what you don't know, you're going to start learning on how to know. And what do? You get with someone that's modeled it, somebody that has made it themselves doing it, and somebody that gives a shit about you. So, 918-210-0254. Even if you don't want to go to a seminar and you just need some help, I'll help you guys. 918-210-0254. Have a blessed day, guys. And when I say this, remember I said this. There's a recession coming. It'll hit within a year. And if you're stuck with no skill in that recession, I feel sorry for you, man. There may not even be nothing for you to do. And if you're having a hard time right now, I'm going to tell you this. You better make a move. Make the move, find the 997. You get with me? The seminar's December 13th and 14th, guys. That's a month away. But I've only got about 10 seats left, so you need to hit me up, get your spot, and if I need to finance it, I will. Guys, have a blessed day. I'll talk to you soon.